This week we are all about Earth Day and Arbor Day. We have some beautiful creations from our friends, and the fairies have some tips for you on blending up your scrap fiber.
Hi, I'm Amelia.
I'm Marie.
I'm Emily.
Happy Woolly Wednesday! Hey everyone, happy Wednesday, and thank you for being here. And look, so say hi over in the chat or comment down below. Thank you to everybody who joined us for the birthday party.
Yes.
It was so fun.
Yes.
So fun to celebrate with you all. Lots of prize giveaways. If you missed that show, check it out, and don't worry. So that was a live giveaway show, but people could win even if they weren't live with us. And we're going to do that again this year. So never fear, just remember how we did the entries, and that's a good tip for you on how to participate. But for this show, hey, we are Living Felt, felting supplies and felting tutorials. If you stumbled on this feed and are still here, this is like our little weekly hang. If you've been around a while, you're already commenting over in the chat, saying hello, tell us absolutely anything. We love to read everything you have to say. And otherwise, if you're watching the replay, just comment down below and let's hang out.
If you leave a comment down below, there's always a chance you can win. So I've got a winner here from a previous video. This is A727200, Debbie Loveland. She says, I love your designer packs and would love an art bat as well. I have difficulty putting together colors, but I love taking pictures of interesting colors. Mother Nature provides excellent color inspiration.
Oh, that's just a great comment for this week's show. So congratulations to Debbie, and this is we're like a little micro crew today, or at least for this show. So let's get a lovely little hello from our fairy in the field, the very funny fairy Kayla.
Well, hey there, friends. Now, I've got funnies for you, but real quick, I just wanted to extend a huge thank you to each and every one of you who joined us for our live birthday bash last week. We can't believe it's already been 21 years, but time flies when you're having fun. We had an absolute blast with y'all and hope you all had tons of fun celebrating and partying it up with us. Now, on to the funniness. So, what do you call a tree that does martial arts?
What do you call a tree that practices martial arts?
Well, that would be Spruce Lee. Thanks so much, everyone. Have fun today, and I'll see you next time.
Only you, Kayla, only you could do that to us. Man, that's so good. This is a fun theme, right?
It is. It's so inspiring.
Yeah.
So let's keep it going.
What a nice woodsy vessel. It looks like it belongs on that tree trunk there.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of matches the moss.
You're so right. It's gorgeous.
Oh, Betty Green's piece. That is just amazing, too. I love the light peeking through.
That is spectacular.
The shadows on the bottom.
Yeah.
A lot of planning
it.
for that piece.
Oh my goodness, the little chipmunks. I honestly can't even tell if that tree is real or felted.
Right? It's beautiful.
It's amazing.
And those bee fairies. I love all the colors they chose and
Fun
the hair
variety.
as well.
Yeah. Look at this upward gaze by Robin. Hi, Robin.
I'm loving those bright, colorful mushrooms.
Yeah, that's a fun project.
Really
Both of these
nice.
are fantastic. So fun.
Wow.
That's like an evergreen tree.
I love how colorful it is in the stitching.
Yeah, the stitching in the background is kind of like abstract.
Yeah.
I love it.
Those are cute mushrooms by Kimberly.
Yeah.
Huh?
The
Love it.
faces.
Sweet, 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 sweet.
Oh, wow.
Those flowers on that with
Is it like cherry blossom?
blossom?
Looks like a cherry
Yeah.
blossom. So beautiful. I love all the movement in the branches.
Yeah, that's really unique.
And are those like magnets by Tabitha or pins?
Super
so sweet.
awesome. Oh, I love the yellowness of the bee and her little flower.
Yeah.
Her hairdo.
And another great 2D tree picture, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, don't you love the light on that meadow?
Yeah, so
Very
golden.
dreamy. Wow. Joan, those roots of the
What?
tree going
Yeah.
into the rock.
And those little bitty bits on the tree limbs. And what about just all of these? Okay, love the gnome guy. Super cute.
All of his little details, his
So much.
satchel.
And that forest, does that look like a boggy forest?
Yeah, the
Yes.
reflection is so appealing.
Very well done.
So another piece that really took a lot of thought and a lot of patience, diligence. You don't get there fast. That's beautiful. Thank you, everybody, so much for sharing these with us. We are definitely so inspired. Man, weren't those some amazing pieces,
They
y'all?
were so amazing.
So, okay, tell me something that jumped out at you.
I love that gnome, all of his clothing and his satchel and his shoes.
So cute.
I loved the little collection of chipmunks on the tree. So cute.
I was really impressed by the forest with the light coming through. I feel like, and the boggy forest looked equally as complicated, and I don't know that I would have the endurance or the patience to tackle it, and so that makes me extra admire all the work.
Speaking of green things, I
Yeah,
think we
green.
have another prize.
Green fits with Earth Day
Yes,
and Arbor
of course.
Day, and yeah.
So Mary LaPlante F7D commented, I would like to felt a green cactus with pretty flowers on it.
Oh, so we're going to give her a prize. That goes to Mary LaPlante. Congratulations, Mary. She wins that just for answering our question. A few weeks back, we said maybe something favorite green that you wanted to felt. In fact, so Melissa didn't get to see this, but she had mentioned a misty forest, and I bet that one forest would really, we'll have to show that to her too.
true.
So fun, y'all. Well, okay, I have a question this week. Ready?
Okay.
All right, the question is, what scraps in your studio do you save? And I know some of you are already writing everything. What scraps do you save, and what for? Like, why? Why do you save these scraps? What's your intention to do with them? What do y'all save?
Recently I've been saving a lot of scrap paper. actually.
Scrap paper.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Any rules about that? What kind of scrap paper?
Honestly, anything. Sticky notes, just
Okay.
old printer paper
Okay.
that has a lot of blank space on it.
Nice. Any wrapping paper?
Wrapping paper, colored paper,
Okay.
all different
All right.
types.
All right.
I save like every extra scrap at my desk, like all the extra wool.
Yes.
And you'll just have to wait to see what I do with it.
Yeah, you've been telling us to save all of our
Yes,
scraps.
you better
yeah?
save it.
Yeah, so stick around. We're going to tell you what's coming up in just a few. And for me, I save a lot of things too. I bring y'all a lot of my scrap, honestly. Because I'm old, I can only house it so much at this point. But I do save all my scrap fiber. And even like these little bits here, I save them like in treasure jars. So I'll like have a jar that's like all blues, and sometimes blues and greens together, or like neutrals together. I like to get them all. And I like to look at them. Like, I don't want them hidden away. I want us, to me, they're like art already. So tell us down below, what scraps do you save, and what are you going to make with them? Yeah, we want to know. Which, y'all have some stuff to share with us now, don't you? I think
so.
that when we were watching this slideshow, we saw something in there that is today's very special deal. Let's have a look.
This is our needle felted a fantasy mushrooms kit. It can be turned into a pin or a magnet, and it comes with an armature, so these little guys are posable.
It comes with all of the wool you need in some really fun colors, as well as some lusters to add some extra texture to your mushrooms, and a free video to follow along.
With the core wool, you can make about 3 of these, but with the dyed wool and the lusters, you could go even further. This is our 2D Robin kit. In this kit, you'll learn how to needle felt from a realistic photo.
We'll teach you how to transfer the image, how to blend colors together.
And this kit comes with all the fibers you'll need, plus a free video tutorial.
You could frame your piece, turn it into a pillow. The options are endless.
A highlight of our week is seeing what all of you guys make.
For sure.
We have a couple of pieces to share with you right now, so get excited.
Woo-woo!
This first piece is by Kathy Dickerson. She says this will be entered in her small town art show next month. The theme is music.
Wow. What a place to take that theme, right?
Right, yeah.
I mean, there's just so many small details. Like, I'm like noticing like little cicada wings in the background, And on one of the little guys riding the turtle.
So many creatures, and they're all just having fun. It does seem like they're all jamming out together, listening to some music.
Gosh, the possum hanging upside down, the raccoon reading his tree. Like, I want to be there.
Yeah, no telling what, you would get so many different viewpoints walking around this piece. It would feel different from different vantage points.
Definitely.
Lots of detail. And one, what a great place to take this tutorial that Joyce gave us of the pan people. And then two, I want to say, Joyce, look what you did. Like, you inspired somebody. When somebody's willing to teach, they inspire somebody and empower them to take their idea and take it to some new place. And
so true.
That's just the magic of sharing right there. Beautiful piece, Kathy. Thank you so much.
I really love this.
Honestly,
I'm like, I love
person.
the possum. Those on that fairy riding the turtle, those look like real cicada wings.
This is our MC1 in action by Aiden Plemons. She says, my sister-in-law's baby shower was today, so my baby mobile got its big debut. It's an absolute hit. Everyone loved it, but mom-to-be was exceptionally thrilled. It made all the hard work worth it.
Oh, it's so stinking cute.
I know.
It's so dreamy. Like,
It is. I love how they did the clouds. They're so bubbly.
Yeah, that roundy, bally clad.
yes.
And the bears are just darling. The
They
one laying on
are.
top of the other one. The big rounded feet and rounded noses.
So cute. I feel like this is the perfect thing for a baby nursery.
Yeah, super cute. Oh, well, congratulations, Aiden. And I'm sure Mama and Baby are just going to love it forever and ever and ever. So we want to tell you guys about some fun stuff we have coming up this spring.
Emily's got her very first tutorial coming up on Friday.
Yeah, we'll be needle felting some dust bunnies. And I hear Amelia's got another
Now,
fun-
wait, don't rush it. This is a big deal, y'all. Emily's first tutorial. She's brand new at needle felting. She started to learn, basically teach herself and find herself along the way, just being part of the team. And she came up with a project that was so fun, we all fell in love with it. And everybody did one, and you could take it 1,000 different directions. So tune in on Friday for Emily's tutorial on needle felting dust bunnies. Get your core wool and your scraps, and we're going to have a really good time. Don't want to downplay it. It's going to be a blast. I had a blast. Everybody had a blast. So tune in on Friday. Just kind of when you wake up, the tutorial should be there. Yeah. Now,
Yay.
Amelia taught us something too, and we're excited to share it with you. So it's another sort of, you get to use your scraps
Scrappy,
project.
yeah.
Definitely in line with Earth Day, just being like Earth Month. It's always Earth Month, isn't it? Anyway, it's a great project, and you're gonna learn, maybe if you're inspired, learn how to do something fun, and it's functional. Fun and functional, for sure. We have more spring projects coming up, so there are more tutorials coming. Y'all stay tuned. We're gonna try and share something every Woolly Wednesday. And on that note, we're going to work with some of our scraps right now, right? And show you how you can blend them up into using some different methods. We're going to be looking at some different ways to combine your fibers and create little mixes or bats. So this is a look at some of the scraps we have in-house, and yours might look similar or a little bit different, but you might want to cluster all of your bat or more coarse fibers together and your fine fibers together, or you might want to put them all in the same bucket. With what we're going to show you, it doesn't really matter.
We're going to use these colorful fibers to make some fun little shapes. So to start out, we're going to be making little bats. I like to just pick out 2 to 5 colors that draw to me. If you're using longer fibers, I would cut them. And then you grab your fibers and you kind of just pull them and stack them together until you've got your combined amount. They don't have to be blended all the way. It kind of just depends on how you want it to look.
These are our micro and our mini hand cards. If you don't want to blend by hand, these are a great option and they're really quick to use. I'm selecting both short fibers and longer staple length fibers, so I'm going to cut the longer ones to make these bat creation just a little bit easier. Embed the fiber into the teeth and just pull it off and let the teeth grab onto those fibers and make a fun stack. You'll notice that my left hand is under and my dominant hand is in the over position. And then I just grab the teeth into the fibers and pull, grab the teeth into the fibers and pull, and then I'm into the bed of the carders and pulling those fibers through. The goal is to pull the fibers off of the teeth bed of my left hand. Now you can switch hands with your paddles and keep blending, or you can coax it off just by grabbing onto it with the other paddle. There's no rules, both works. The only goal is to blend all your fibers and make up some fun little bats to play with.
We're going to use our little scrap bats to make some stardust. I'm using our little fluff, our 12 by 12 wow mat, some star cookie cutters, and a singular 40 triangle needle. So I take a little piece of fluff and I put it into this little cookie cutter, and then I'm kind of just poking it in there. You don't have to get it all the way. And then I'm going to hold down this cookie cutter. Make sure you hold it down the whole time you're needle felting. And then you're just going to do pokes, kind of shallow pokes. And then you're kind of just maneuvering this fiber to like fit it all the way inside this cookie cutter. I like to go all the way around the perimeter and then kind of work my way into the middle. And once you've got it felted down enough, you can tell which areas need some more fiber, so add some more as you need. And another important step, just make sure your needle needle is below the rim the whole time, or else you're gonna hit that rim and possibly break your needle. Then I'm just gonna keep going, just keep needle felting all the way until you feel like you've got it felted enough. And then once you feel like it's felted enough, we're gonna take off this cookie cutter and felt it a little bit more, take it off and flip it over, felt it from the other side, and then kind of really refine your star's edges. So just keep needle felting until you're happy with the shape and the firmness is perfect for whatever you're using it for. You can use these to make a garland, some earrings. Really, the options are endless. They're just like fun little shapes to make into any project you'd like. Here's a look at some of the stars I've been making. I've been having so much fun playing around with all the different color combinations. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with these yet, but we'd love to see what you guys are gonna do with your stardust. Thank you guys so much for joining.
It's been so much fun, as always.
We love hanging out with you, and we're going to see you on Friday for Emily's tutorial. Until then, you might want to check out this next video right here.